Okay, so we're going to talk about vector masking, and here I want to turn this star into a star with stripes in it instead of just being a solid color, and I want to fill it with these vectors. So I've created a bunch of rectangles with different shades of color in them, and I'm placing my star on top of them. Probably don't need this yellow one at all. Okay. Now I'm going to select everything. It's all selected. And I'm going to go to Object, and from Object there's a thing called Clipping Mask, and when I choose Clipping Mask, it has now used the top object as a holder and filled it with everything underneath. So it recognizes the top object as the mask. That's the thing that you would cover everything else up with, like a face mask, and everything else is showing through the hole in the mask, which is the main shape. So masking, when you have created something really complex and you want to put the whole thing inside of a circle, that's the trick, is using this clipping mask thing. So I'll just move this over here. So hypothetically, let's just say I have a rectangle, and in this rectangle I want to put a gradient. Here's my gradient tool. Selected the gradient, double-clicked on it, and it opens up the gradient palette. From the gradient palette, I can pick the type, linear or radial, and I will change the color on these color stops to give us something a little more sky-like, and then click away, still using the gradient tool to click and drag to change the direction of the gradient. And then I'll just draw another shape underneath this. Okay. And it doesn't need to line up exactly, but I'll change the gradient here to be, let's just do it quickly, yellow and orange. Boom, close enough. And then I want this all to be inside of a circle. So here's my circle. It really doesn't matter what color it is. Select all three items, Object, Clipping Mask, Make. I hope that's helpful. Okay, so that's the clipping mask. And then these two things are really, it's a little bit misleading because these are not circles, right? They're rectangles inside of a circular mask. So it could be helpful, I just did undo, to make a duplicate of this shape, this circle shape. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste in front, Command F, and then I'm going to hide one. Now it's hidden. And now I'll mask again, Object, Clipping Mask, Make. If I turn this back on, you'll see this is underneath, so you really can't see it, which is a good place for it to be. If I click on the little circle, I've heard that referred to as the meatball, the meatballer. So I just click that little meatball there, and I'll give this a black color. I really think that it's black. It's hard to see. It looks like I gave it black, but I didn't. And I want it to be a solid color now, so there, now it is, and now I have a black outline on it, and now I can increase the thickness of the outline. So it's the exact same shape, so it becomes very helpful to save duplicates of your shapes. So again, I have this path shape. I can select it by clicking on its circle out here and copy, and this time, because this one is selected, I'm going to paste in front of it. It's black now. I'm going to lower the thickness of the stroke. It's now 10 point, and make it white. So the fill is white, and now the stroke is white, and now it's thinner. Thins and thicks. All right, so there is masking and another little take on outlining.
How did you duplicate the two circles again?
I didn't duplicate the two circles.
Oh, the two paths.
Okay, so it started out as two rectangles, right? And then I masked them with one circle. So there's the two rectangles, right? And now here is the circle that I want to be filled. I'll duplicate this circle, Command C or Edit Copy, and paste it in front or in back. I'll paste it in front, paste in front. And then I'll hide the front copy. You don't really need to see that right now. And select everything I can see, which are the two gradient rectangles and the main circle. And then again, it's Object, Clipping Mask, Make. Now, because I've made a copy of this other circle, right, I can select it, cut it, select these two guys, and paste it in back. Edit, paste in back. Now it's in back. Now it's black. Now it has a black stroke, and now the stroke is thicker. So cutting from front to back. And then, again, if I wanted to duplicate that shape, I would make sure it's selected. Command C, and I'll do Command F. It's pasting it in front of itself. Not behind the black circle, but in front of the black circle, but between that black circle and the mask. It's too thick, right? It's now thinner. And it's great because you can always come over and select this circle, this meatballer, and increase or decrease the thickness of your stroke without having to try and click on it. You're never going to be able to click on it because it's exactly in register with the one above it or below it, and the stroke portion is really not clickable. If I try to click over here, I'm not going to select anything because the stroke is really a semi-illusion. But if I click here, I really have that shape. So this is the black one, this is the white one, this is the clipping group, which means it is the path and the two rectangles.
You can also move the squares inside the circle, right?
I could come with the direct selection tool and click and slide them over. And this original circle could have its own color, which currently it has. The clipping mask has white with a white fill, but now it has red with a white fill. And that's this one right here. It's not really lined up though, because the outline's white and now the outline's red. All right, so that's that one.